What is up, all my favorite people of the internet? My name is the Mighty Mud Crab, and today I was just thinking, what would be more interesting, watching grass grow or watching paint dry? Now, after thinking about it for quite some time, I've come to the conclusion that watching grass grow is far more fun than watching paint dry. Alright? So, hear me out. My walls in my room are a dark blue, right? Well, if I were to paint, the same color over that color, you'd see the paint would be wet. And if you wanted to watch that, all that would happen over the course of an hour, 2 hours, a day, however long it takes, I don't know, with that the paint would go from being wet to dry. That's it. No variation. And, I guess it depends on what kind of paint, because I noticed, made out of different stuff, there's some paint that has lead in it, and if you look at the walls, you get Alzheimer's. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you're watching my wall dry, that's all that happens. It goes from wet to dry. That's it. But if you're outside and you're watching grass grow, there's a lot more variation that happens, right? Obviously it's going to be green. Grass is green. It could be different shades depending on what kind of grass you have. But I'm just saying, you can see grass, go from freshly mowed all the way up to, being fully grown, having maybe you'll see a flower pop up, maybe we'll see a bee or something fly around or whatever. Now, granted, it takes a lot longer for grass to grow than paint dry, but in the end, I think watching grass grow is a more rewarding experience. Because, for example, in my backyard, we have grass that's green, and if you were to watch it grow, you could occasionally see a dandelion or some other type of weed or flower pop up. I feel like that would add a lot more variation, and overall be more pleasant to watch than paint dry. Because, I guess with paint dry, say I wanted a different color for my wall, instead of blue, I could get red. But at the end of the day, like I'm saying, even though it's a different color, it's still just going to go from wet to dry. With watching the grass grow, and maybe you'd even get some variability. Maybe instead of grass, you'll get some clovers mixed in. Maybe we'll see a 4-leaf clover pop up and be lucky. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's why I think watching grass grow is a lot more fun than watching paint dry.